Electrical power generation is accomplished using various ways, but basic principle of energy conversion from one form to other form is common in all ways of generating electricity. We will start by considering the conversion from thermal form to electrical form. This conversion takes place in various thermal power stations. This conversion initially starts from thermal to mechanical form and subsequently mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. Electrical energy is generated from mechanical energy using machine called generator or alternator. It is very well known to us that mechanical energy must be provided to alternator which is produced from thermal energy in the thermal power station. In thermal power station, almost 90% of the area or space is occupied by mechanical equipment that is required to convert thermal energy into mechanical energy. When fuel of any type is burned, thermal energy is released by fuel that is being absorbed by a fluid which is called working fluid. This working fluid is mostly water. The place where this fluid is burned is known as boiler and is a closed space, not a watertight space, for increasing thermal efficiency. The fuel has got certain calorific value that is measured in kilocalories per kilograms. Fuel liberates thermal energy that is absorbed by water. Depending upon the arrangements made inside the boiler to transfer heat to the water may be divided into two types. One is water tube boiler and other is fire tube boiler. In case of water tube boiler, water passes through tubes of boiler and hot air with fumes passed around these tubes. Water tube boiler is constructed in such a way that maximum heat is in the fumes gets absorbed by water before fumes leave the boiler space. In other type, fire is made to pass through tubes and surrounding space is filled with water. These boilers are constructed by keeping fuel flow rate and steam flow rate into account. One estimate of practical boiler is 1.6 tons of fuel burned per hour whose calorific value is 4000 kilocalories per kilograms supplies 6400 megacalories as input. The heat contained in steam is 580 kilocalories per kg and such a 8 tons of steam is supplied by boiler per hour. So output of boiler is 4640 megacalories. Further, if we divide the output by 3600 and multiplied by 4.184, we get output in watts that calculates to 5.39 megawatts. From these figures, we may conclude that to generate 5.39 megawatts of power, we have to burn 1.6 tons or 1600 kilograms of fuel per hour. The mostly used fuel in thermal power station is coal. Before the coal could be burned into a boiler, it must be ground into equipment known as pulverizer. Once coal is formed into a powder form, the size of coal particle decides the calorific value of fuel coal. This coal in powder form along with pressurized air is supplied to burning flame inside the boiler. The volume of air and coal is controlled in a controlled form with predetermined ratio is useful to supply the fuel as per requirement of thermal power station. This burned fuel passes heat to surrounding water to rise the temperature of water in both types, that is water tube or fire tube. It is very well known that water has got some latent heat of vaporization. Until this amount of heat is not transferred to water, water does not convert into steam. Even the latent heat is not sufficient to transform steam up to required state. The required state is expressed in terms of pressure and temperature of steam. In this state, dryness fraction of steam is 1, which is free from suspended water particles. If steam contains water particles in suspended form, they hit on blades of turbine and deteriorates blade surface. Steam inside the boiler is at quite large pressure in comparison with atmospheric pressure. So latent heat value is less than atmospheric pressure value. For increasing the thermal efficiency of the thermal cycle, it is required to raise the temperature and pressure of steam even beyond dryness fraction value 1. This additional heat supplied to water brings steam to what is known as superheated state. Now steam is in a superheated state and ready to be supplied to steam turbines. When high pressure and high temperature superheated steam passes through nozzle, potential energy in the form of pressure is converted into kinetic energy and strikes the blade surface, and blade turns the shaft of turbine. Steam turbines are at various stages, that is high pressure, medium pressure and low pressure turbine. Output of high pressure turbine goes to medium pressure turbine, and output of medium pressure turbine goes to low pressure turbine. In this way, total torque required to drive the generator is supplied by various stages of turbines. When steam leaves low pass turbine, pressure of steam drops to large extent. This process of heating steam in boiler and using superheated steam in various stages of turbines is represented on thermal temperature versus entropy plane or TS plane. Such a diagram on TS plane is known as Rankine cycle. The steam that is left out of low pressure turbine must be condensed in the cooling towers to convert it into condensed water. So condenser becomes next important equipment of thermal power station. The condensed water is collected in the reservoir to be used to feed water pump to supply to the boiler. In this way, boiler, turbine, condenser and feed water pump form a closed water circuit. This arrangement avoids contaminated water from entering into the thermal power station's water circuit. Contaminated water deteriorates the internal surfaces of water circuit, so it is important to use pure water as a working fluid. Water is in contaminated form produces scaling or deposits on internal surfaces of tubes and surfaces of turbine blades. This reduces the life of corresponding equipment and produces leakages in pipes.